What's up, guys? I've got the Aerial Rider X Class 48 volts on a Chow Yang / Mongoose tire in the back, which has got probably 700 miles of wear maybe, and a what does the Aerial Rider X Class come with? The stock tire that it came with. I'm just not sure what it is. Looks like it's a CST. Yep, CST 20x4. Well, anyway, we're going to replace both those with some Shinko 241s. Look at these bad boys. Look at the knobs on these. Like, that's like half an inch of knob. They are heavy. I'm holding both of them right now, and you don't usually hold two tires at once, but I would call that heavy. I've got another tire back here with about 1,000 miles of wear, and it's another Chow Yang, or Mongoose. Mongoose actually resells Chow Yangs. As you can see on here, it says Chow Yang, but I bought a Mongoose tire, so whatever. But these are Chow Yangs, I guess. So this thing is ultra light. I think it would take 4 of these easy to stack up to 2 of these. I want to take out some scissors and undo those right there. And I'm just going to do like a no cuts, no edits, no nothing. And we'll see how it goes today. It might be a god-awful, horrendous install. I do have to quit after an hour at the most. So if it goes over an hour, heaven forbid it goes over an hour, but it might. But if it goes longer than an hour, then there will be a part 2 this evening or some other time. I'm already giving up a bike ride for this, which makes me pretty unhappy, but it is wet outside. It's just smarter to go ahead and get the deed done. The purpose of these, why did I get these? Well, I think I posted a video of when I ran into a small tree stump and it instantly flattened my tire. I've had a lot of other flat tires just going around town. I like the Tannis Armor idea, but I don't know. I just thought I'd give these a go too because I'm also concerned about grip and crashing. I've had a few more crashes than I would like, and I kind of wanted something that was certified by an authority, and these are DOT certified, and that's an authority. So hopefully these will do a little better in the wet. They are very stiff. These may be very difficult to install. I did buy some tire spoons. Typically, I'm not too worried about scratching things up. However, I may use the rim protectors just so you can see how you would go about it. Literally, I am rough on my stuff. I am, like, if you're a product and I purchase you, you're in for a bad time because I am typically pretty harsh on things. I don't put a lot of value on things. I put value on experiences, not appearances. So that's just who I am. Those are a bunch of nuts and bolts I just dropped out of there. I was looking for this earlier. I couldn't find it. Now I know where that is. I will need this to measure tire pressure. And the rest of this stuff I think can stay in the bag. I don't think I'll need my tape. Yeah, I will. I'll need my tape. Okay. And I bought some pretty nice tire spoons. I will link them in the comments. Because I'm not sure if the tire spoons I have can handle this. But I probably will just try my normal tire spoons first, before I try these full-on motorcycle spoons. What I will be using is the thing I just dropped. Because I'm all out of, what's it called? The green stuff that comes with these on the cap. Slime. I'm out of slime, so I do need a Schrader valve remover. So this will definitely be used. You can get one of these off of a can of slime, or probably even flat out. But these are Dr. Rock tire spoons with some pretty nice rim protectors that came with them. Hopefully, I don't have to use these, but if the install gets difficult, I have them. And they were $20 if I remember correctly. So that's a good deal. So, I'm not even sure how I'm going to get started. I'm just probably going to start by starting. Typically, I have no plan. There is no game plan. There is no sequence. There's only going off the seat of my pants. So that's how we're going to progress here. We're just going to do the dang thing. I guess we'll start by unplugging the bike. So when did I unplug that one? I don't remember unplugging that. Maybe I forgot to plug it in when I came home. I probably just draped it across and never plugged it in. But there's a good chance this battery is fully charged anyway. Just going to check that real quick. Yeah, that battery's fully charged anyway, because the bike ride I took earlier, actually we have that on video, was only 15 minutes. And it didn't even get past the overhead on the 52 volt to start using the 48 volt, because that's how battery blenders work, is they draw from the more voltage battery first until they equalize, and then it starts drawing off of both of them. So that explains why that battery's full and this one needed charged. I could remove this. I probably should remove this. These mirrors serve as really nice slides. So typically I don't do a lot of adjusting anymore now that I've mounted the mirrors up here. Early on I had the mirrors mounted down here where these bolts are, right there. And that was kind of cool looking, but it wasn't as practical for any reason. Like down there they don't serve as slides. Honestly, they were harder to see out of, little other small issues. So even though it had the cool factor and appearance, and also I didn't have to rearrange my handlebars when I first put them on. So that was a big advantage for me. I didn't want to do a lot of work before I was able to ride. So just put them right there. But this is actually better where they are now for what I do and how I ride and whatnot. Normally, you should kick your bike up like so to flip it over. However, I've got this bag on here, and that bag has got a bit of plastic back here. I don't know if you guys can see that. That makes it kind of a pain in the butt to do that with without possibly breaking the bag. So we're actually going to flip it over sideways like you absolutely probably should not do. We're going to take it down this way, and then we're going to pick it up, which is a lot easier when I'm not filming and talking for some reason. Ugh. Ugh. But if you got yourself a little bit of gumption, obviously you can get it done. Tire's still a little wet from earlier. Oh yeah, that's very punky from earlier. Okay. A little bit of wet road. You can see how dirty my bike is. It's a little dirty today. I'll clean it probably this Sunday or next Sunday, one or the other. Typically, I clean the bike about once every 3-4 weeks. And I'll take a video of that next time around. So this is the wonderful underbelly of the bicycle. We're going to start with the front tire. I believe that's the correct one. And we'll go ahead and fold out my chair because I'm going to get real personal with these tires here in a few minutes. Always a good idea to know where you're going to sit. And also my green stool will probably come in handy for some reason or another sooner or later. Maybe I'll sit on this and work on, have the tire on the chair. That might be the plan. I'm not sure yet. We'll get there when we get there. There's no need to push. Okay. Lefty loosey. Loosey goosey. Sprucey goosey. I do recommend taking your brakes apart. I'm not going to do that. Why am I missing a washer up here? Yeah, I'm totally missing a washer up here. Well, that's fun. Because it's back here. It really should have been up there. Apparently I put the tire on bad whenever I last took it apart. Yep, drop your tools. That's a standard. You gotta at least drop one tool while you're doing this. That's part of the tutorial, everybody. At this point, you now know you gotta drop a tool. I already misplaced that Schrader valve remover because, well, why not misplace everything that you need to do some work? And so we start by unscrewing the valve here. And I've never used this one, so I don't know if I'm going to get hung up on my spokes or how well it's going to work. Dr. Rock Schrader valve remover. Getting it maneuvered around the spoke there. And keep going, keep going. I will say the slime Schrader valve removers are easier to use because they don't have like these extra pieces that you might need for a different tire. Like, this isn't bad. I've just had an easier experience before. What in the world? Are you going to come out of there or what? I'm just curious. I'm going to need you later. There we go. The sound of victory. That's what I was looking for. I'll let that drain out just a little more. And now I need my classic tire tool. I'm over here. It's in here somewheres. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. We'll use this guy. Sometimes my approach is bad with these. Sometimes it's better than others. Typically, I like to feel around a little bit before I really give any real effort to it. See if I can get an easy spot. But it looks like today, easy isn't part of the plan. And that's okay. These tires, like, sometimes you'll have an easy time, but if you find yourself bending your plastic spoon, you're doing something wrong. Always remember, if it's tougher than it should be for any given reason, then change your approach, do something different, have a better look, think about what you're doing, all those good things. And it could just be the spoon is worn out. You know what would probably be easy is if I use the new ones. But I don't want to do that yet. We're going to try and pull it out using the hook here. Or at least partially over. Okay, I got the hook in. And yeah, that just feels wrong. This does not feel like I'm going to have a good time. Maybe it's because I'm sitting comfortably. It's whereas usually when I do this, I'm on the ground. Like, usually on the bicycle path. But yeah, I'm not having an easy time with this right now. Hang on a second. See, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to do a full video uncut, though, because I want you guys to know kind of like what a doofus grandpa like me, how we handle it. And you're probably not a perfect Joe yourself. Not to insult you or anything, but nobody's perfect, right? So I just wanted to try and give you guys what the real experience sort of looks like. I didn't expect to have problems this early. Not that this is really a problem. I just got to get it up over there and unzip. But it doesn't want to get up over there for the unzip portion. Yeah, none of that. None of that came out. I do think I'm going the correct direction now, though. I think this way is a little less punky than the other side for whatever reason. Maybe if I use those brand new spoons, but I consider that cheating because I just got those brand new spoons and they're for the Shinkos. It wasn't really for this tire. Do I really want to cheat this early on and use a good product like a normal person would? Or do I want to get the full experience of how screwed I would have been on the trail if this had happened? Not sure. let's get a little more intimate with this tire. Okay. See, that was easy. Maybe I just didn't have my positioning very good. Because, yeah, that was way more nightmares than it should have been. And now we just unzip. Why was that so hard? I don't know. At this point, we'll go ahead and remove the inner tube. After you get one side unzipped, you go ahead and remove the inner tube. Feels like everything's going to fight with me, which is, that's the best thing, though, because of if everything does fight with me, you'll get a more real experience out of that than if everything just went hunky-dory, easy-peasy. Whole thing went really well and quick and smooth and whatever. I don't want to give that impression because nothing in life is ever perfect. Okay, we got that bad boy off of there with a little bit of effort. Would you call that a little effort? Would you call that me clowning or what? I have no confidence that this will be easy, considering how hard that was. I have not made any effort to stretch or break in the tires like maybe I should. Let's get more personal. Let's bring this thing up here. Okay. Getting personal with this tire. Getting to know it. It is super stiff. It might be time to break out those new tire spoons here in just a second. Yeah, maybe. Let's see what this does for this tire. This plastic tire tool meant for a much smaller tire. I'm pretty sure this is just meant for like a standard dad bike or my tandem bike over there, and not really for a bicycle with this big of a tire. Oh dear. I would say this is going to be pretty effing tough. Let's go ahead and get the new tools out. I think that's where we are already. Hey. So these are rim protectors right here. And let me see here. They're going to protect my rims. That's what those are going to do. I would assume that wherever I want to start is where I put these guys. Never used anything like this before. So you guys get the full experience if you're a complete novice of another complete novice moving ahead of you. It looks like these are kind of hard to get out. Okay, I'm guessing that you got to pull on those with some force after you spoon the tire in. That's what it looks like to me. Also looks like maybe this is okay, so that went on just like that. And that means that's got to be the point where I'm going to spoon it. Line it up down there first. Oh yeah, this is going to be a complete shit show. Let me see here. Probably shouldn't even be using that for this side yet. What do I know? Not a lot, apparently. Let me see here. I'm definitely not giving the ace tutorial over here. Well, I am Captain Dammit. Look at that. That was with the rim protector on there. And I had some, you know, not perfect, so I didn't do it perfect. Look at what that did. Just the rim protector alone already removed a bunch of paint off of the rim. That's crazy. Oh well, you know, that's how it goes whenever a cow trips over friend chicken. XD. I wonder if... I might abandon these eventually, but I'm trying to use them because I know you guys don't want to damage your rims, but look at that. Rim damage already happened. So Not really damage, but I already lost a little bit of paint. So how well are these rim protectors going to work in the long run? I don't know. I guess that's a bad plan since I can just put that in there already. Yeah, that's not how that should be. Well, let's rethink our thoughts here. We'll do it this way. Yeah, the mojo is not with me today. Mojo Jojo. Actually, I just feel like I'm at a really bad angle with this chair. Let's get more intimate. Let's get more intimate. Oh, you were hoping for a professional video. No, this channel isn't about that. This channel is more like what is every mistake you could possibly make while doing it kind of a video. Like every single last mistake you can make. Let's do that one instead. So here's what you should not do, right? I was trying to avoid that. Like everything in me said, don't do it that way, don't do it that way, teach them how to do it right. But apparently, I'm not the guy to show you how to do it exactly right. That's somebody else. You're gonna need someone else's video to learn how to do this with some perfection. Average Joe going at it. Stabbing myself in the hand with a spoon. Okay. Ooh. Another stab in the hand with the spoon. So apparently, be prepared to stab yourself in the hand with a spoon. Because that's what's happening to me. And this is the easy side, folks. This ain't even the hard part. I am doing the easy side. Am I using the long one? Like, nope. Okay, well, my zipper technique just didn't want to work here. If I come at the other side and I apply pressure from there, and if I divide the whole problem by pi or whatever, and maybe get some cheesecake later, maybe I'll have a better time. At this point, it should zip. It's not wanting to zip. Okay, got a little bit of zip. But, I'm definitely not where I want to be. Definitely harder to install a motorcycle tire than a bike tire. That's what I'm learning. That is what the lesson of the day is how to damage your rim liner while installing a tire. Whew, boy, maybe this is the how not to video. Which I'm happy to produce that for you as well. This is the how not to install Shinko 241 video. This is the super super wrong way to do it. How about that? It's got to be the wrong way video somewhere, right? I see people do stupid stuff on the internet all the time. So I am not afraid of looking stupid on the internet. No fear here. Computer programmer installs Shinko tires. What do you expect? A good time? An easy time? Okay, guy. That's not going to work. Rethink your thought. You could try and do it that way and pry it up over. You know what? I'm just too far down the line. That zip method I was using earlier is the better method. So I'm going to try and get the spoon under right there and then remove most of the work I've done so far. That of course was the idea, the plan. It's good to pause and think and then try something else as you do this. But that doesn't necessarily mean you'll be met with a lot of success. Well, at least I'm keeping down on the cussing. Maybe if I cuss more, it'll work. That's typically what I find is whenever I see a mechanic work on something and then they start cussing, usually that gives them the energy they need to sort of make it all come together. I kind of don't think cussing's going to help me on this one. Did I find a method that works? Maybe. I'm having a time with this. What do you think, babe?
I don't know, I just like watching a sexy man work.
Oh, yeah? I think my viewers would argue that you might be on the wrong channel. Yeah, I'm starting to sweat, that's for sure.
Brains down, bronze. That's all I need.
Yeah. Some frustration slaps shouldn't hurt anything. Feel the slaps of frustration. And I bet this thing's been moving on me the whole time from the other side. Well, mercy have me. We got that side. Whew. That was tough. I had to use some methods I didn't like. I actually damaged my rim tape just a little bit here and there. Not that I think that's going to be a big problem. But yeah, that did not go perfect. Well, let's get the tube in here. That was less than perfect. Okay, need to put the Schrader valve back in. Give the tube a little bit of air. Ready to stand up for a minute after all that hunched over stuff. That was the equivalent of a whack. Whack. Other word. Try not to do that. Don't want to give any money to the swear jar. You guys know what I'm talking about. All right. Valve seems to be back in there. You don't really need to give it a lot of air at this point. I'm sure y'all have changed a bicycle tire before. But you want to have the inner tube have a little bit of shape to it. And hopefully I didn't just screw myself, because this could be really hard to get up in that tire. Like, there is very little give. Wowzers. Like, I'm talking about very unforgiving to work with compared to a bicycle tire. Like with the bike tire, you would have a little more, yeah, I got some wiggle room. I'll just scoop this around or whatever. With this motorcycle tire, very little chance of that. I may have to remove just a little air from this tire. Where is that valve tool? There it is. Make it a little more pliable to work with. Going in. Which honestly, what I usually do is I do this part up here first. But it was giving me a frickin' ruckus. So I decided to switch gears and go to an easier part. Which probably is what you call a mistake. Definitely a mistake. So let's go ahead and rip this back out. And try and get this how it needs to be. Which I can guarantee you is going to be a lot more difficult than usual. You guys see the problem? Tire is very, very stiff. Tire is very stiff to work with. And as a matter of fact, I've got like zero slide, like I usually do. Normally I'm able to slide the tire a little bit on the rim. These motorcycle tires have no slide at all. You're going to get no help from the tire design, that's for sure. It's the opposite of help. It's the opposite of help. And your hands and your arms are going to start hurting. And that's when you know you might be doing it wrong. But you're going to keep on going anyway. Because a little bit of gumption only hurts you. Or something. Okay. Now we're going to get down on top of it just a little. Try not to pinch your inner tube as you slide it onto the rim. So first in the tire, then onto the rim as best as you can. And if you don't do it right, if you don't get it all the way on the rim at this point, when you go to zip, you're going to have a problem. Now normally I'm able to reach in here and get the Schrader valve positioned pretty easily. But this is going to be hard because this sidewall over here doesn't want to budge. So let's give it some persuasion. Well, if I give it persuasion, that's going to create a different situation. So before I give it persuasion, just make sure I have it lined up okay-ish. May apply a little spoonage. Oh, bad idea. Took that right out of alignment. Far more difficult. Am I bouncing in and out? What's going on? Is my rim liner messing me up? Okay. Oh boy. We got the sweat going now. Okay. At least there's no blood. There might be some tears later. Ow, that hurt. The struggle is real with these tires. Maybe don't do that. Maybe once you start getting frustrated, you start making really stupid mistakes, take a break. That's probably a really good idea. But unfortunately for me, I'm a freaking barbarian. Let's grab a different tool. What do I have in my bag of tricks? Whew, where is my bag of tricks? Trick cereal sure sounds like a treat right now. I could go with some tricks. What am I doing wrong here? Probably more than one thing. Feel free to critique this tire install. Let me know where I've gone awry. Give me some pointers. Help me make it easier on myself next time. Because this, ladies and gentlemen, is a mess. This is not a fun time I'm having. You know what? I'm going to move over to, let's see here. What does it look like from the bottom? Well, now it looks different, of course. Ooh. We're going to move over to hope for the best real quick and see what happens whenever we slip this over. Okay. Oh, now. we're moving over to the next step because no matter what I did, I just couldn't get that valve in. Now that I've got a little more play with it rimmed a little bit, maybe I can figure it out. Well, it came unrimmed already, so that was all for naught right there. The tire liner has definitely slid quite a bit, which is not helping me. I can't get a grip on the tire liner to slide it back. And I think that just that little bit of off-centerness, there we go. That might have been all that was, folks. Make sure your tire liner doesn't get off center as you're doing that part, because if it does, you might think you'll be able to wiggle it around and get it in there. You're not going to be able to. If your tire liner's off center, you are done getting that valve through. As a matter of fact, even with the tire iron on center, it's pretty tough. So, and as you roll around, you might lose that valve, which you don't want to do. Once you have it through there, you really hopefully get it to stay through there. Okay, so this is the hard part. If there, you know, is an easy part versus a hard part, this is the hard part here. And that is zipping the tire onto the rim. And I call it zipping because of that's how I like to think of it. Because if you're going to pry the tire on the rim, well, for me, that's not as easy. So what you want to do is treat it kind of like a zipper, where you zip around the rim. And apparently with these types of tires, you got to apply a good amount of pressure as you go. But, oh, I don't know if you guys even have a camera right now. Anyway, that's probably a little better. So you zip around the rim, like so. Sorry about that. This is going to be a bad video that I really should second guess before I publish. But I'll probably just publish it anyway, just so you guys can laugh, hoot and holler, say, look at this guy. Look what he's doing to that poor thing. Oh, that poor bicycle. I would be such a better owner. Why did he not use the rim guards? Etc., etc. Look at how he pried all the way to the other side of it as he zipped it in. That's not how you do it. Whatever your criticisms, they're welcome. Feel welcome to criticize, make fun of, joke around, have a blast at my expense. I really do not mind. That's part of the reason why I'm here. But tell you what, hopefully you got more experience than I do if you buy some Shinkos, because whew, this is a time. And if you don't think I've ever changed a tire before, I encourage you to watch my previous videos where I've gotten flats on the road, aced them pretty quickly, took care of it, got back on the road within minutes, beaten sundown, etc., etc. I know how to change a tire. I just don't know how to change a motorcycle tire. I think there's a slight difference. So all those benefits that I wanted from a motorcycle tire comes with a little overhead of, Jesus Christ, how do you install these things? Or, dear Lord, help me as you tear up your rim tape a little bit, getting them on, which is not exactly what you want to do. Whew, I think I'm going to have to move over to 2 because of I cannot get a, what I call a continuous zip going. Without a continuous zip, it always pops on the other side eventually. So because I can't get a continuous zip, I probably need to stick a tool up over here. Well, that was easy. Let's try all three, because it came with three. You're probably supposed to use three. Mr. Bicyclist who thinks he knows what he's doing really honestly had no clue. Okay. Thought I knew what I was getting into, didn't I? I am humbled. This tire has humbled me. Humbled by a motorcycle tire. Getting my ego in check. That's for sure. Let's see if zipping works at this point. Okay, that helps a little bit, like getting it all to the side. Or maybe I could fit this fella here in and then pry them both at once. Or something. I guess this really is going to be a case of pry the tire on. Yep. That indeed is the case. Now, how do I get these spinning out of here? Well, that was easy, guys. Oh, that was super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Let me tell you what, if I get a flat on this thing, I'm probably calling an Uber. Because as hard it is to do this stuff at home, it's way harder on the trail. Let's pump it up. Let's get one done. Let me check the time real quick. Yeah, it's already 44 after. I might have to do the second tire on part 2. Or maybe I'm going to think one is good enough for a video. Because, man, I don't like to embarrass myself on purpose. And that was pretty freaking tough, guys. But this is my first time ever dealing with a motorcycle tire in all my years. I've changed many a bicycle tire. So that's your experience level, where you think you know what a bike tire is like, but you never dealt with a motorcycle tire. You may very well have a similar experience to what I just did. Now, I don't think that Schrader valve is in there very well. Whew. We're going to get that Schrader valve in there just a little better. I wish I had that slime tool. In my opinion, it was superior to this guy, even though this guy is all metal and pretty cool looking. I gotta be honest, it's a little harder to gauge what you're doing with it. Comparatively, compared to the one that comes with a bottle of slime. Like, I still don't know if that valve's all the way in. It just didn't, it doesn't give the tactile feedback you would expect. So it leaves you questioning. Or maybe I'm just not on the tube good because I can't compress the tire down to fit on the valve very well. So that could have been it too. That feels a little better. Let's see if we can get the sucker rimmed. Why does that look wrong? Oh, it's right. It's beaded. Let's see how that feels. Oh yeah. It's pretty. I'm pretty happy with that. I am pretty happy with that. Let's take this off here. Do a PSI check. I want to be right around 25 to 30 PSI. Yeah, I know. I should get a pump with the PSI gauge built in. We are over. Well, fair enough. Heck, with that particular tool, how well that worked, I may not remove the Trader valves anymore. That was pretty freaking effective. That was pretty cool right there. Just using this flat piece right here. Pretty happy with that. Boom, 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 boom. Don't get it wrong. Do your best. Don't scrape the caliper too much when you put your front tire back on. These are not directional tires, these Shinko 241s, so it doesn't matter which way you get the tire on. Thank goodness, because if I got this on and then realized I had gone the wrong direction, I would have been pretty frickin' frumple. But doesn't that look badass? That's amazing. Look at that. Look at what we accomplished together. Look at that. So my recommendation is, like, I know some of you guys like to keep your bikes in pristine shape or whatever. You can do that. But my opinion is it's a consumable item. It is meant to eventually be replaced. And with that being the case, and I'm probably never going to resell this thing, I'll ride it until it's completely broke. And since I consider it consumable, I am not as careful as you might want to be. You might want to baby doll your bicycle a little more than I do. Take some extra precautions. Maybe get a bicycle stand. Maybe actually use the rim guards. Maybe do a few extra steps here and there. So you can crash your bike and get a little battle scar. But then at least you'll know, hey, I crashed. That's my battle scar. Rather than I got this scar from installing a rim or installing a tire. That might not be what you want to deal with mentally, but I'll tell you what, I see people in videos day one getting a wreck, you know, and they don't have slides yet or what have you. They break their shifter or they muff up a brake lever, or there's all kinds of different things that can happen, but you have to be okay with that almost because it happens to everybody. And just realize that if you buy Shinko 241 tires, the goal is to get the tire on the rim. If you can do that, you're a success because it's not as easy as you might think. That was a pain in the butt. So these are Golden Boy trial tires is what the 241 is labeled as. I thought just the 244s were Golden Boys. And I know they are a trail tire, but I thought that the trial 241s were not Golden Boys, but I am wrong. They are indeed Golden Boy tires. So I guess that makes me a Golden Boy, perhaps. Anyway, my lunch break is over. I may not even get to the back tire install before I take another bike ride, so I might have a funny bike ride with, like, if I was going to have only one tire on the bike, I would prefer it be the back tire, but that's just my opinion. So I may go on a small bike ride this afternoon with the tires mismatched before I come back home and get the back tire done later. I may make a back tire video and never even publish this one. That could happen. Like if the back tire install is way easier than this front tire install, I might not publish this one because honestly, who wants to publish like that struggle? The struggle was real. Alrighty, people, take care.